What's up, gamers? Red Dragon here, and we are going to be talking about the exclusives for Microsoft and Sony, what they showed off in their conferences. So the first bit of E3 is out of the way. We've got to see Microsoft and Sony on stage. We also got to see Ubisoft and EA, and I'll do another video talking about some of the other things that we've seen. But, you know, during these conferences, you get a lot of timed exclusive content, like, okay, well, if you get it on this console, you'll get this content earlier than the other. And there was also a lot of content that will, you know, be timed exclusive, so it'll come out to this console first, but it'll eventually come out to other platforms. So what I wanted to do was focus on the exclusives, the video games you can't get on the other platform. So we're going to go into that. First, I do want to apologize. I got crates out. I've got my bed in the living room here, so I've got kind of a mess on my hands because I'm in the process of moving. So it looks like Zoe is I think she's pretty comfortable right there. So here we go. Let's talk about the exclusives and the content that was revealed during the E3 conferences. So Microsoft Forza Horizon 2, that's coming out later this year. They showed some gameplay for that. We already knew that was coming. Sunset Overdrive, again, we've seen that gameplay before, but they showed a lot more of it. I think the big announcement, which really wasn't an announcement if you've been watching this channel because I told you about this weeks ago, was the Halo Master Chief Collection. I think this is one of the biggest titles that Microsoft showed at E3, and what it is Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4, all the DLC, all the multiplayer maps. There's like over 100 multiplayer maps that are going to be in this package. You're also going to have dedicated servers. It's going to be 1080p, 60 frames per second. And Halo 2, they say, has been totally remastered. They say also that the online components, the multiplayer, is exactly the same as what it was years ago. So a lot of people were definitely excited to hear about that. And again, that was a rumor that I talked about weeks ago on this channel, that, you know, there was talk that Halo 2 Anniversary was coming, but, you know, we were talking about Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 coming, and sure enough, it did end up happening. Then they had, you know, a lot of games that they just showed CGI trailers for, so you kind of got an idea, I guess, as to what type of game it is, but you don't really know how it's going to play or how it's going to work, and that sucks, of course. But of course, with E3, you've got several days, so a lot of these games will probably end up showing gameplay. So that is definitely one thing to keep a watch for. It's not just the conferences that you have to pay attention to. A lot of these games will end up coming out with more content later on. So we got to see Scalebound. They had a guy put it on Dr. Dre beats, it looked like, and then Slaying Dragons. Didn't look too shabby. Phantom Dust. That was a remake of a game that's coming back from, I believe, the original Xbox. Don't really know a whole lot about that. Dance Central Spotlight, that's going to be an Xbox One exclusive. It's going to be a digital download only. They said that they've got new technology to get more of the new music whenever it comes out and it hits the radios to be able to get into the game a lot faster. So they talk like there's going to be plenty of content for that. Ori and the Blind Forest, that was brought up. A new Crackdown game. A lot of people have been wanting a new Crackdown. That's coming. Didn't see any gameplay for that either. And then you had Fable Legends, which they did show some multiplayer gameplay, and they talked like there's a beta that you can sign up for and get into later this year. And then they showed off some more of Project Spark. So if I missed anything, I'm sorry. Same with Sony, because it's been a long day. But I believe those were all the exclusives for the Xbox. As far as Sony's E3 conference goes, they talked more than just about games. Microsoft, it was just game after game after game. That's all they talked about. With PlayStation, they announced that there's going to be a white PS4 that you can pick up with Destiny. And, you know, since I'm looking to pick up a PS4, that might be an option that I go with. That might look pretty cool. I don't know. So that's something I'm going to look at. They mentioned Infamous First Light DLC. They're working on an expansion pack for Infamous Second Son. Let It Die, that was an exclusive. A Little Big Planet 3, that's a big game coming out to the PlayStation 4. They showed off more gameplay for The Order 1886. They showed off more gameplay for The Last of Us Remastered. I think I had that pulled up. I think that's coming somewhere in July. And then Entwined, That came out last night during E3. That was a game for the PlayStation 4. Bloodborne, that was a game that a lot of people were looking forward to. It was also known as Project Beast, but we got the official name, Bloodborne. And then Sony talked a lot about TV and their TV shows and their original programming that they've got coming on. And they talked about a show that they are in development with called Powers. And then they announced that PS Now Beta is starting July 31st, so you'll be able to get into that. And then YouTube is coming. A lot of people have been wanting a YouTube app for your PlayStation 4. That is going to be coming later this year. And then they finished it off with Uncharted 4. So, again, if I missed anything, I do apologize. But as far as I know, those were the exclusives for both the Xbox and the Sony conferences. So, post below, let me know, who do you think won, if anybody? Were you disappointed with both conferences? Did you love both conferences? Did you think one did better? And which games do you want to play? That does it for me, The Red Dragon. Stay tuned right here for more E3 coverage. And of course, VGN, videogamesandnews.com. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.